Rockin' Robin's Review. I'm your host, Rockin' Robin. I'm here with Evan Lanam of Evan and the Live Oaks.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
And thanks for coming on.
Hell yeah.
So, how long have you been playing music?
Well, I mean, I guess you can consider a choir as playing music. My mom stuffed me in choir when I was about in first grade, and so I did that for about 8 years, in and out. You know, I think my choir teacher, I think I wouldn't sign up every now and then, every few years, and she'd come and find me on the playground and say, "Why aren't you in choir this year?" And then she'd get my butt in choir, and then she told my parents that they should get me a drum set because I love the percussion instruments she brought out.
I was going to say, when was your first instrument?
Yeah, well, I guess you can consider my first instrument, like third grade, was trumpet. You know, when the band comes to school and they have like a big rally and you like fall in love with horns because you've never seen anything like it. So I played the trumpet for about a year.
Your choice?
I'm sorry?
That was your choice?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think I told my mom I wanted to play trumpet, and that didn't last very long. I think I was even sick for our only recital. So my trumpet days were short, and I think so. I gravitated more towards percussion, and so my choir teacher noticed that and said, "Hey," to my parents, "you should have a drum set so he stops tapping so much in class." Probably she was. So yeah, and then in high school I picked up the guitar because I wanted to start writing on something, and you can't write on the drums obviously, and so I think that's what happens to a lot of drummers is they end up picking up the guitar or the piano, and so I've been playing guitar and drums and singing ever since.
So, were you in any bands as you were growing up?
Yeah, for sure. In high school, I think it was my first band. My older brother started. It was the acronyms for me and my buddies' names, and it was called TERD, T-E-R-D, and Todd, Evan, Rob, and Doug. And and it was, like a stupid garage band. I grew up going to my brother's punk rock shows, and so in hard rock and stuff like that. He was really into. He's 5 years older, and so. He was a skater and stuff like that, and so he introduced me to a lot of punk at an early age.
So were you a punk band?
No,
rock
it was
band?
like a hard rock band with punk influences, like single pedal metal, something like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember Sex Pistols. That sounded like rock and roll to me.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
yeah, Todd was more into like Green Day and kind of like the poppier punk rock. No, he was into like the Cudi, No Effects stuff too, and so it had a big influence on me.
So your current band, you described the genre as Americana soul.
Yeah.
Could you tell the viewers a little bit about what that encompasses?
Well, it encompasses a lot. Americana, I think, is a new term that people are using as their genres just to describe that it's like rock and roll, but we do a bunch of different stuff. Like we're influenced by soul, blues, funk, traditional rock and roll, swing, you name it. And so Americana is just a good way to describe like it's a conglomeration of a bunch of genres. I look at it as just rock and roll, but you got to put a name on it these days, and so Americana soul is what we got.
I know I mentioned Grateful Dead and Leonard Skinner, and you said you were kind of somewhere in between.
Yeah. I think it's like the songs of Skinner and the jamming of the Dead is a good way to put it. We're influenced by like Southern rock a little bit, but we also are very influenced by San Francisco psychedelia as well.
Okay, so and you're the main songwriter of the group. Is there a theme to your songwriting?
Well, it's been tough living in the Bay Area as an artist and a musician, and so the theme is kind of dealing with those hardships as an artist around here with the high price of living. And so the struggle with that, and so that's what a lot of the songs touch on.
Well, hopefully this will get you some publicity, and people will go out and see your gigs. And thank you again so much for coming on the show with us today.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, this Friday, May 18th, at the Independent, we're playing.
Be there.